How's it going, everyone? We're here again with the second World 2 Remaster live stream. And to be honest, I just do not feel like doing some programming, so I thought I would hop on here and you guys can motivate me to keep things going. I just tweeted this out, but we're in a pretty fun spot right now. There we go. Got some chat. Can somebody... We immediately break. I'm gonna try to fix these settings. No, that's not gonna let me. Yeah, we'll see. Sometimes it's fine. Where was I? First time you stream, really laggy. How is it now? Doing any better? Where is the... Let me pull up the actual thing. There's a weird bug in the yeah. Go to my actual channel. There's a weird bug in the Mac version of OBS, especially in the newer one, but I use an older one because the newer ones have even more bugs, just like my game. Here we go. Here, for some reason this tends to work better. Here, for some reason this tends to work better. Alright, I'm switching how this works, so it should be a bit better. You always gotta... I don't know why I have faith every time, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's being weird. I don't think that's something with my signal. Okay. How are we doing now on that beautiful pause screen? We better? Hey, snail shell surfing. Alright. So let's make sure that everything is working. We're doing alright. Yeah, when it works really well. I'm not going to boot over to Windows for it, at least. But then, where is my other window? I had a window. There we go. It's the stream. No, there's this weird bug with OBS on Mac where if the bitrate drops out, it just dies instead of trying harder, you know, like once it comes back. So I put it back on the software encoder, which will crank up the fans a bit, but well, it's better than... Man, Okay, alright, let me check where we were, because I put it on the dang, like ultra low latency, whatever. But we're on code. Let's see how good we are there. I'm not even playing it. Brilliant. There we go. Okay. I need like a timestamp in the description for where things actually work. It looks like the latency is actually pretty low this time, so hopefully we can talk. Thanks. Thanks, Lucky. Oh, I don't know how to spell that. Or how to say that. That's nice. So hopefully you've wanted to see about how things are set up a tiny bit, and for Super ended up moving everything over to a new engine. It's still AS3, but it's using a bunch of other things to make it, you know, 1080p, 60, and all the good niceties. And so that's how we are delivering. Oh, EX. Yeah, that's why. That's how we're delivering the remakes of the older games. Oh man, I tried talking and animating or talking and playing. Talking and coding is even worse. Let me move my coffee here. Okay. Actually, I don't even remember how I kill off the bad guys. And the original Faint Expanse was done while I was learning how to code in the first place. And this one is done while I was learning AS3, so everything kind of sort of works just well enough. Let's see if we can do a remove. I had a thing where if you're like looping through, yeah, kill baddies, yeah, it's named different, of course. If you're looping through baddies, you don't want it to remove it right then, because then it kind of messes everything up and shifts all where they are. So I have another array that kills them all at the end of the frame. I'm glad to get to play the World 1 remix. That one's a lot of fun just because of how much we added. Or, well, I added on that one. We'll see how 2 turns out. I don't know if it's going to be as huge of a thing as 1, but I definitely want to be hearing from everybody. There we go, and with that, the snail is no longer an existential threat to the game. And let's see if he... Yep. No, he... you shouldn't do that. So when he gets stomped now, it turns into a shell. And we'll just have to do the same thing. I'll do that later. He works well enough now. I know I just had to fix that little thing there. Yeah, so Cutie Pants, she'll definitely have to be playable in World 2, right? Pineapple on pizza, absolutely. I love pineapple on pizza, but I'm a very strange person. And I'm not gonna... I will start many internet war on pineapple on pizza. Alright. So let's crack open the old files. This is what I think is going to be interesting today. Have to find them. Here we go. And this time I'm going to have to open it up in CS6. That's it. I have. Go away. It's from like 20 years ago. How are you enjoying Adobe CS6? I keep saying it, but one of these days I'm going to make a video comparing Animate and Flash and how much better the drawing is in Animate. You guys are nice. It'd be nice if I can find my dang program. Where are you? There you are. Alright. Man, you just look old. Beautiful. But here we go. Here is the entirety of World 2. It's just in there. And let me... I want to pop out the chat. And then I can put the preview up here. And then I can make sure everything keeps working. And so, one of the biggest differences between the two games, everything that was in the level, that's just how it was in the code, or how it worked, right? So this cannon here, if we look inside the cannon, we get the interact. This is all pretty similarly set up, which is fun. Is that... Oh, that must have been lagging a bunch, so I turned it into a... I don't know. Alright, so here's the cannon. If we look inside of here... Alright, where is it? We'll have to find it. There we go. Inside the cannon barrel is where the code is. So the animation... Ooh, that is so terrible. I gotta feel... It makes me feel a lot better how everything looks now. And it goes back in time. I mean, do some sort of prequel or something. Hey, DHA, what's up? Be a separate game. It'll be a separate release. I think. I mean, especially for mobile, it helps to have the you know, launching a game. You get the I don't want to say publicity, but there is a visibility to launching a new game. And then I don't know how much else we're going to add to World 2. And see, you know, how big that is on its own game. I know a lot of people have suggested to add the 3 classic games to Steam as one. And I'll explore that. I don't think that's a bad idea. Alright, so I don't know if Fancy Pants Man is just always... I don't remember where most of the stuff is. Fire. He's not hurting. He's jumping very high, and he's flying. Oh no, we had a whole separate flying thing. There it is. It just sounds on the timeline. I'd like to think I learned more and have made things a bit better. On an airframe barrel. Okay, so then that's going to make it go back to where it was. Please tell me you delete. Yes, okay. So this is going to be fun to set up because things are set up so much, or just so differently now. So what we can do is just grab the barrel and let's see, have to put all these together. But here is... So in the Super Engine, all the levels are separate. And for World 3, they got separated out. But it was very, like, all the code was still in the levels. So there was a lot of redundant stuff. Oh yeah, I did this. And somehow, every single squiggle in this level were skewed 180 degrees. So in-game, they show up upside down. So I just replaced them all. I was trying to be clever and use the same clip so I wouldn't have to reposition them, but that did not turn out very well. That looks too high. Final boss fight will be Brad. I mean, that's kind of in the remix, right? I don't know. I need a knife. Just straight up have a knife instead of a pencil. All right, so this is where all of our clips are cached. So the way the engine works, everything is vector. But when you start up the game, it goes through all the animations, caches them all into a sprite sheet using some third-party extensions, and then does it all, and then so everything can be put on the GPU and ran, fairly quickly, at least more quickly. I have a few different types of sprite sheets that I use, but the smoke one is, it doesn't have any code to it, so it's all moved by other things. And so if there's a cannon class, since there's two different things, instead of trying to, I think there's a way to nest things, but we're just going to get these two different smoke clips here. So one's going to be the barrel. Let's be more specific here. And then we need our cannon base. And if we make the, where am I? Okay. Oh, yeah, it's the one problem with having more than one monitor with Animate. It does not care. It just goes everywhere. Cannon base. Okay. If you do that, then you can retain the proper origins. All right, and then there's smoke. He's sleeping. Fans Pants Man. The rule pose, kind of. Oh, post my, yeah. Well, Fans Pants has always been very like meta. It's all takes place in a notebook, and I think the more that I can push that, the more fun and kind of more unique it makes the game. It's an interesting aesthetic, I think. Alright, so let me pull this up here. And programming, the only thing slower than animating. So we have all our clips. So we're just going to add in and everything is separated out up here because I'm trying to be a real programmer, and it creates a pool for each object. I have a temporary class that it does it like where you can just whatever you throw at it'll do, but this one keeps everything in vectors, and pretty sure that that's more efficient. How did the idea for Fancy Pants Man? I'm trying to think if that's actually put somewhere. I just made a dumb stick figure animation one day, and then decided that I liked the way he moved back and forth and wanted to try to code that. And then I was bored in class and taught myself to code. And then kind of kept going from there. I don't know, coming from Newgrounds and loving, I always loved frame by frame animation. I wanted to animate like that. And stick figures were always cool. I used to do flip books. I need videos for each of these so I can point. But I guess what else I'm going to be talking about on the live stream, so that's fine. Sounds like Fancy Pants Man for World 2? Huh. Didn't like the old level 1 music. That's interesting. Alright, let's see if this works. What's up?
I'm eating goldfish.
You're eating goldfish?
I'm eating goldfish.
Fairly is eating goldfish.
I didn't want to crunch in the microphone.
Then why are you sticking your face in the microphone?
I was sticking my face next to yours. It's different.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Alright, let's see if that... Because everything I do, I have to do it one step at a time because I always bug everything out. What's wrong with this? Oh, it's right over here. Oh, yeah. I was looking at the other one. Let's see. So I kind of missed a stream. This was late. Did you start? No, we haven't gotten to the rabbit yet. But hey, nothing bugs out there. That's nice. Alright. So let's see if we can find... I'm going to have to remember even where this stuff is. Where Fancy Pants Man's cannon controls are. Let's see. Where's all the things? Oh, that's still a level. Oh, you know what? No, I don't think they're included in here. Or are they? Cast. There we go. Alright. A nice peek behind the curtain. Ah, perfect. That should be on a shirt, right, guys? Somebody's stealing my pens.
I need it.
So here we go. I think in the first game, I don't know if it finished like that, but at first there was 2 frames. So I don't think I even knew how to do an on-enter frame. It was a frame and then a frame that just told it to go back and run the code again. So bad. Oh yeah, wait, I can close it from here. No, I guess it'll show me the code at least. It deletes all of the code on, like on the actual thing. Let's see if I can find that. Canon. No, I guess it doesn't have any. Okay, yeah, they just have code inside. Coin, yeah. Squirrels are swilled coins. Really, I didn't have a grand plan while starting, so you start naming things, just like, I don't know. It's kind of a coin. It's this game's coin. Why is the red shell? You know what? I don't know. What is that called? Oh, it's just bouncy. I was probably doing a test. I think I have a level that is just in like an enclosed space. Because, you know, the shell kind of has its own physics, but it mostly just uses the same code that the bad guys do. And where in 3, I changed the code more. And then in Super, it like acts like a real ball. It never actually lands. So I guess that was just a bouncy shell. Let's see. Yeah, so it pwn baddies. That's a good function name. Oh, hit tests. Yeah, character collision was just hit test. So everything had... Yeah, he has this clip to him. So if a bad guy's center point touches this, then that's when you know he's hitting stuff. And man, did it do it? No, it didn't do it back then. Unless... Oh, of course, yeah. Well, no, I'm in the new program. So I never... These stupid origins would always get... The anchor points would get moved off. And I did not know until pretty recently, like last year, that you could double-click them to reset them. So every single one is probably just going to be in some bizarre position. Okay, well, that makes a bit more sense. Oh, yeah, there's the Fancy Pants Man is dead. Let's crawl over him clip. What is that called? Cower bump. Anyway. Oh, man, this is so much fun to look through. Let's see. Look for him being in a cannon. Or jumping into a cannon, maybe? Get in box, so similar. Where's get in cannon? Oh, is the edge thing still there? Yeah, that never got finished. Oh, ice cream. Nice. Kick. Tee off. Slide. cling board. I think you're supposed to stick to something. Hang, flying. Okay, so cannon. There we go. Glitch in one when you live by ink and jump so you're alive. Maybe? Yes, Kenzo, I remember you. You ever, you put that other video out yet? There we go, let's let this play out here. Oh man, looking like, oh that's beautiful, look at that head. Oof. Oh good lord. This game series is pants, I agree. Hashtag pants, or tags, definitely pants. It's so wobbly and, I mean I guess it's kind of supposed to be, but then it's just all these little things like that, just, ugh. They're all bumpy. Alright, so this is our... Oh, this is going to be fun to set up. See, back with AS2, if something just didn't exist, it wouldn't care. You know, nothing would happen. But then with AS3, the entire game bugs out and everyone playing knows now that it's buggy. Ooh, old hair. That's rough. So I just have like nothing there. If there's nothing there in Super, it would complain that there's no head unless I specifically told it not to look for a head. That is inefficient. So one more time. You need to keep tag. Yes, I did. Kenzo. The color pants when I first drew him, I think they were just white when I first drew him. You have to look at that animation. I'm pretty sure they're just white. You have to make sure you do at me so I can skim and get and just see my name quicker. If you have a specific question. I'm trying to keep up, but I don't want to spend too much time like not talking and staring at the chat. Then again, I did start a programming stream, so good luck with that. Alright, so we're gonna grab this guy and see. Oh yeah, so there's this code. And in the new engine, everybody still has their own, like they have their own function for that action. So everything is done by animation. All the animations are controlled. Here we go. Man, that was back in the day. Just said root, interact, there's the cannon, and then do some aiming. And that was it. And just, if it's undefined, make it. If it's not, then there it is. That's the closest I went to like protecting anything. But yeah, just AS2 was great. You're just like, hey, there's the thing, there's the stage, there's your layer. What's in there? Oh, it's a cannon. Great. Now you gotta set everything and keep everything in arrays, and that's such a mess. I kind of hate it. I checked, you didn't, probably got the wrong video. I said send me a link to your channel because there's only one channel and there was only one video, or there's only one Kenzo channel and one video. Can I click on you? See, I can't click on you. That's the annoying part. See, go to channel. There we go. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, how many Kenzo channels is there? I'm gonna go delete my other comment. Some guy's like, what the heck is he talking about? All right, I got it up now. I'll keep this YouTube page up. Glitch out and spin like in that video you tweeted earlier. Oh, the snail, if you slide into him, he still does, yeah. Don't worry, he's still a little glitchy. Go through and play fire. Alright, so that's pretty much the code that we're gonna maybe copy, or maybe it'll be terrible and I'll make new code. We'll see. That's kind of how that goes. Alright. Anyway, so over here, we are going to make a cannon. So really I can just say it is cannon. And then the more code you copy, the less room you have to be surprised by new bugs. So I'm trying to think of something that's nice and simple. In the interact function, checkpoint, sure. Why not? We can copy that. Let's see. Pulls his pants up. Yeah, he kind of. I should do that. Or like he kind of brushes himself off. There's a few things. Idle animations take a ton of time just because they're so long. You know, you have to pace them properly or they just feel bad. You know, they're the slowest, calmest animations in the whole game. So if he's gonna pull his pants up, you know, grab him and then. Fancy Master, you skipping out on school? I do not condone skipping out on school to watch live streams. Maybe I do. Alright, we're just grabbing the checkpoint here and changing some stuff. And we're just going to make sure that this is loading real quick. See with AS2, I just copy the cannon, throw some code on it. There it is. It's really important to me to be able to test things almost constantly as I'm working on them. Like, I just need to make sure that things are working. And so, you know, once you have code and you can just start copying stuff, then that's fine. So my favorite function, of course, is trace. And make sure we see it. We'll say cannon. And then we'll say trace hit. And then level 3, I changed the name of that to cannon. It's probably going to be mad at me if I don't have... Where is it? In here, it just needs to be named since it doesn't have a clip itself. So since I'm not really using the stage anymore, doing everything through Starling, I could just throw a cannon in there. I mean, maybe. I'm trying to think if I should do that just to start with. I think I have it mostly set up to not do that, though. Anything down here? No, of course not. Alright, it's being loaded, though. And is it here? There we go. Alright, so there is a cannon here. Nice. When things actually work. That's kind of rare, honestly. Always tend to mess something up. Alright, so put that debug door down by the cannon, and I can just hit 1, and I have it, all these nice little debug functions. Have I commented? Well, no, I'm streaming. Alright, unless somebody in the chat tells me a great thing to comment on Kenzo's channel. I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, Fancy Master, you missed all of us digging through the old awful code. But we'll be back there too. And of course this will be up on YouTube. No, we're definitely, are we sticking with Adobe Air? Definitely moving everything over to Unity. I mean, it's just inevitable at this point. I'd like to release smaller games because Air is great on mobile, especially iOS. And so like, there's a few smaller ideas, you know, if I ever have the time just to work on something for fun. And then everything is still being made in Animate. The levels will be bitmap because, you know, we kind of trying to get away from the vector look, but the animations themselves are being done in Animate. And Animate, Adobe is making it more of a program to... I talk with my hands, so I stop coding, sorry. I say that all the time. It's being made into a program that mostly creates animations for you to, you know, ingest elsewhere. And Unity has some SVG support, so we can run the vectors and then post-process them and do cool stuff to them later. What was I doing? I'm gonna be Patreon now. That's awesome. That's really sweet. I'll always appreciate new Patreons. Just be sure to hit up the Patreon Discord and say hey later. And you'll see some fun new stuff. And you'll be able to play this, obviously. Once I get this cannon working, I'm gonna upload it. And then yeah, I'd have to rename that, so I'll do that in a little bit. Hey, make the hurt sound, that's me going ow into an old PowerBook mic, so it like spikes it really hard and you get this like impact sound. I've tried to re-record it more, like, I mean, probably a year after, but it didn't have that punch trying to use a decent mic. And so when my wife did the cutie pants sound, you know, I didn't want to like destroy it and like spike it, so I just did I have the hurt sound, the hit sound in front of it, and then the ow after, which I might do. I want to. Well, one day I'm gonna be Patreon. No, I can't be Patreon. Well, one day we all aspire to being Patreons, right? Pantreons. Oh, and please remaster the soundtrack. So I sent Geyer a message. I haven't. He tends to disappear for years. I think I shot him a message like a year ago randomly. But I haven't heard from him since. And I know he's still kind of doing music, so I might see if he's up for it. Because I completely forgot that World 2 used World 1 main theme. And that's kind of been my least favorite music in all of Faintspans. So it would be neat to replace that. And then if you listen to the actual music files, they sound way, way better than in the Flash version. So everything will sound remastered anyway. What was I doing? I was doing something. We need to get this working. This is going to be fun. All right, let us bust open the player FLA. And oh great, of course. It's in a different folder. I got to find it. Bah. I think we can just use the... Alright, here we go. Maybe? No. Really? I didn't do anything new? Yeah, I did. Okay. This will work for now. How old is this one? From August of last year is the last time I've added anything, any new clips to the World 1 character. And now, now the World 2 character. But so now, instead of having them all on one big timeline, I have all the different clips, and then we load them in, and then I actually keep them in memory, because there used to be a bug where it would load them and unload them, and then just take up a huge amount of CPU for no reason, and then garbage collect them all. So now I just keep them hidden, and it doesn't take up any more CPU since they're all hidden, and it doesn't try to garbage collect them. And then what should we grab? Cannon. That's kind of like jumping box, right? And it doesn't matter. Why? That's weird. And then these are loaded and unloaded. Alright, so let's see what happens when we just grab the old animation and throw it in there. Oh, the old ink clips. Haven't used that in a while, huh? Where are we? Yeah. There he is. And man, he's got a long... Let me just sits there. This is the thing with Fancy Pants. You have to let everything breathe. Just let them animate. Give that thumbs up if you take long enough. Oh, that I can all do. Probably do in code now. We'll see. Let's roll in. Why didn't you add a background? Oh, like the console game did? I had a few other artists helping out with the console game, so we were able to add art much more easily. I don't know. I wanted to keep a lot of it original, but I could see the remix having a new background. I kind of want to go through a few of the backgrounds on this one, because I like the level art, but a few of the backgrounds are kind of rough. I think we actually launched without backgrounds, and then I filled them in really quickly right after. So they're a little rushed. Before I go, can I please... Yes, let me add Battle Royale right now. No, I removed the cap to the arena mode, and I think we had like 8 players playing at the same time at one point. But it's I've done experiments with getting the air engine online, but it's very difficult. And even when we worked with Over the Top, it took most... There was one point, like towards the end, where most of the development time was spent on getting online working properly, and everybody in the office cheered when it worked. It was a huge pain to do. And that's with like a team of, they had like, 4 programmers helping with that. So it's not really something I'm able to do by myself. All right, and since they are not explicitly placed in, so anything that the Flash program doesn't see, so like loading in things dynamically, you have to make sure that they're named. So all of the clips, all the Cutie Pants clips, she is just an extension since they share all the same collision and stuff. So I want to be in the credits. Wait. We'll have to talk after, because instead of paying on Patreon, you're doing super chats, and you've paid enough to be a Patreon. So if it's just not being able to pay on Patreon, we'll talk. We'll talk after the stream. Or get in canon. All right. So we've got a canon clip, and that is all going to completely bug out, I'm sure. But we'll see what it does so far. What's the canon name of the ink guy? Oh, Inky Pants Man? Well, I call him Inky Pants Man. Some of the Discordians call him Anti Pants Man. But I think Inky Pants is my favorite. And here we go. Oh, almost 4,000. We'll put this over 4,000 lines of code. Perfect. Turtle warp. It's getting sloppy. Anyway. So the old... Alright. Let's compare now. What am I doing? So a lot of how I set up the AS3 code kind of mirrors how I thought of things in the first place. So the canon, they have the on-enter frame, which played, like the frame after it switched. And then you have the setup code. So this happens when he goes on to it. And then, of course, this is part of the setup code. So when I transferred everything over, I just made a setup frame, it's enter frame setup, why not? And so everything sort of retains the same structure, because that's just how I think of things. All right, so we're gonna have to change this canon over here. Where is he? Canon, where you at? There we go. I blame my glasses. They're not very good. I have to get my new contacts. Kenzo, you'd be the super... I'd put you in charge of the Discord. That's... Actually, no, you'd be funding the next game. Go for it, dude. I will name it Kenzo Pants Adventure if you do that. Tiago, I don't know. I haven't thought about what new things I'm adding to World 2. I'm gonna assume he'll get the pencil. Maybe the pen, since it's 2. We'll have Cutie Pants in there, and then maybe some other characters, which would be cool. Alright, so another thing. So with AS3, like I said, everything likes to bug out if it's not where the system thinks it is. So I have to buffer things, just like killing off the snail, throwing him into an array, and then taking care of it at the end of the frame. I have go-to buffer, because there was a lot of, like things would get, like if you jumped and then got hit, right, in the same frame, it would switch to jump, and then it would switch to hurt, and so jump would never be seen. So I just write it out in the buffer, and then change everything later. Alright, let's watch everything bug out. This will be fun. Don't have that much. Howdy, it's the mayor. Get in canon is not defined. Sometimes I open the wrong thing. World 2. World 2. Arcade and Canon, you're right there. Making sure everything, the worst thing is just trying to, oh yeah, you know what? I think this, yeah, it's putting the, I'm sharing a few folders here. So this needs to be replaced. Well, my files are over there, yeah. So the SWC for the player is now in the right folder, and let's see if that is found properly. There we go. Up over here. Out of my way, dude. Here we go. Variable cart, get, oh, it's lowercase. Oh, man. AS1 was not case sensitive, and then AS2 was, or obviously it's supposed to be uppercase. AS2 turned into, oh man, none of this is right. There we go. AS2 went case sensitive, and then so I moved it to AS2, and then everything was bugging out, and I realized I just did not care if things were capitalized or not, and it was awful. And then so for the longest time, moving everything over to AS2. Oh look, he still got his physics. Alright, so what we need to do, I'm just gonna tell him to stop. Fake RL is like your ground speed, equals move RL equals 0. And then make sure, this is gonna be really quick and dirty. Make sure that's all set, and then when you touch the cannon, obviously you need to be able to jump into the cannon, not just touch it. The stuff that we're using closer together. I'm probably going to have to send, like before, right in here, we could simply say, there's the cannon on the stage, right? Super simple. Now I have to pass in a variable because the cannon just kind of exists and it's, you know, named somewhere, something somewhere points to it. You just have to make sure that the right things can point to it. I mean, there might be some sort of global variables in AS2, but I always hear that those are the absolute devil. So I just don't use them. I try to do something right. And of course, if you line things up, like make sure that the player's origin, so that's why he starts higher, it makes things so much easier. You don't have to do the crazy math to transform things. No, I just got hurt and you were gonna have to sit time out for this spider. Hey, now I can jump on my name. Alright, there we go. So there is his head just sitting there and a character. So we gotta animate that character, right? So on every single, it's like I said, I keep everything, it is all controlled by hand. So card, next frame. DHA, you used to seeing stuff bug out like that with final games. Or he's just looking at it going, oh, this is why everything is horrible and unstable. Alright. Oh no, root is not defined. Imagine that. I thought I guided all that out. Oh god, what else? Where did that come from? Now I gotta track this stuff down. So much fun. Oh, you know what? I bet it's on a stupid head. Yep. That is the old how the hair used to animate. It was just all stuck inside of the player. Now I use like placers. So the game sticks the hair on there. And this is gonna work fine as a placer. I think it does it have the same name? Head? No, it has no name. Even better. I'll see how that goes. I mean, I'm gonna reanimate all this anyway. It's like you finish, yeah. Nothing's ever finished. It might work, it might not. I mean, this is even after the game's released, right? It's very much. It might work. All right, let me move this folder so I can update the player file quicker. All right. Let's see what this does. Please comment. I did comment. Did you not get my comment? I can't watch it now. I can watch it and comment later. Will comment for money. Where's that coming from? Master hair. Oh no, there's code everywhere. We're gonna have to gut this clip. It's in here, isn't it? I bet you. Alright, so there's that. Hair AI. It's very advanced. And then not there. I bet you. No, where is it? Does it tell me the frame? Probably not. It's not going to be actually helpful. No. Actually kind of weird. Let me see if it said anything more useful. So there's only one video. Oh no. Nope, there's only one video on your channel. Don't rip money. Money's helpful. And can next frame master hair 166. What? I updated that, right? Or is it another? I bet there's like another hair clip or something stupid. I'm about to just get rid of the stupid head. What was Fancy Pants version mobile game? That came out before World 3. I like to think of World 3 as the director's cut of Fancy Pants, because I was working on it as World 3 and then started working with EA on it. And then we were able to, you know, have the multiplayer and online, have a whole team help with backgrounds and get it on consoles. And then World 3 I finished sort of as the marketing tool for that. I mean, it was like a year later, though. It took forever. Because I kept adding stuff that I was like, oh no, this is missing, this is broken. Because that's what I do. Detach. Is the pool not working? I thought that was correct. Can, base, pool, can, barrel pool. Yeah, that should work. I'll fix that later. Can, base, can, barrel. Whatever. Unless it's trying to do something different. You said we have to talk. Yes. Yeah. Message me on Discord after the stream. I mean, you could have just become a Patreon. That would have been a bit simpler. But oh well. Alright, where does this go to? So this, he's going to go up to here. And I think he just looped there? What was this? Go to and play 110. Alright, so So if frame, current frame equals 109. So here we go. We're translating actual AS2 into AS3. And it is pretty darn simple. I'll say 109, car dot, go to and stop, because it is controlled manually this time. So we can pause everything. That's why it only paused when you were on the ground before, because everything was just, it had its own on enter frame loops and just did whatever. Nope, that is the wrong clip. Update is here during the can animation. Yeah, I'm not using the same. It needs to use the placer, and it should be fine. I don't think there's any specific canon stuff. Yeah, Kenzo, just come bug me later. Don't worry. And what we can do to make that look less awful. See, stupid origins. They just break all of the dumb tweens. And I usually hate tweens, but you know, sometimes get a cheat. I think animation itself is just really about cheating. I mean, that is literally what it is, right? That's a different size. Okay, that's weird. That's that, and then it's just gonna sit there because why not? So now the engine is gonna use this clip here, just named head. It's gonna see, because you can see inside of movie clips. It's just a bit more difficult to go like to the root. And then you have to name everything manually, and you don't want to. I guess I used to actually name all the squiggles, and then I think at one point I had them name themselves. I thought I was doing that by world too, but no, I thought I did that from the beginning, but it doesn't. I don't know. I can't figure that one out. You replace that, and then all right. So that it knows that it has a head, because sometimes I need to be more specific, or if it's nested, then it's place head car, because it's one a bit deeper. Make sure that's after the animation so that it reflects the correct frame, once it has an animation. Have you played Hollow Knight? Yeah, I would say that Hollow Knight in strange ways is going to be the biggest influence on the next game, and some of that is like I want to make the next Fancy Pants more like explorative. And why is he still doing that? I bet, okay, I bet I need to set everything. But there was a lot about Hollow Knight that I found to be just unnecessarily frustrating. I did that twice. And so there's, even though I'd consider it influence, there's a lot that I want to do differently. Yeah, Hollow Knight is pretty darn difficult. I mean, it's got a, I don't know, like, I guess similar like Dead Souls, where you just kind of have to figure out what you're doing, know when to push and when to hold back. No, he still has goofy hair there. Why is that? Oh, that's why. Got every achievement, jeez. I haven't beaten it. I was finding like I kind of love when games just like, here's an optional boss. And I just kept finding random things. That was pretty cool. Alright, so we kind of have a thing there. So now, we should probably give us some graphics. Since we have that set up, hopefully that's going to work correctly. Fingers crossed. Where else? I'm just going to copy this code, otherwise I'm going to get it wrong. Who else? Well, all the baddies do. So maybe I can just grab their code. Uses well, the player does in some places. Yeah, there we go. This will work. And then we can save that for for the cannon. But to start with, so it's going to be the two parts that we made before. And I guess the barrel should be on top, so base first. And we'll stick them at X and Y. So I believe they're still lined up properly. We'll see how that goes. I think that's the scale. Some of them are made a bit bigger so that they're higher resolution. Bring the pencil. Wait, didn't you already say that? I feel like I already answered that one. Rail, you're just 0. I don't think you're ever going to be in the background. Empty texture array. Are you not being cached? Cannon barrel, cannon base. What am I doing wrong here? Right, that's the right. To be cached. Oh, that's what. There's no cannon base. So with AS3, you're doing everything like 3 steps away. There's so many things that can go wrong. Just name one thing wrong in the step of caching it, displaying it, moving it, anything. Just, it's dumb. Things should be simple. I don't want to spend my time fixing bugs. Yep, same, of course. I did export that one, didn't I? Try it again. Make it an online. Man, I want to. I have some tests. Hey, look, a cannon. Or did I do it the other way? Maybe we have to switch those two. Let's see. I feel like it was the other way. Where's... Yeah, the base. Okay. Nice, easy fix. Alright, so let's give the cannon its own variables. So, my barrel. That sounds great. I don't think I ever need to know the base. Well, I'll have to make sure it clears later. So we'll clean it up. The only bad is it would be reanimated. Yeah, I'll definitely, because the snail doesn't really fit anymore. And I did reanimate the spiders. So snail will be updated. And then the angry rabbit, and that's it, right? The snail's the main, like, new baddie in World 2. Trying to think now. Boss fight the creator. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing a full remix of World 2. It's such a bigger game than the first one. I don't know if I need to. Yeah, we'll see. I gotta think of something clever. I don't know if I'm just gonna add a few new levels or do what. We'll definitely have new playable characters. And then yep, that's the 3rd time I've read that. Alright, anyway. So maybe I'll just stick this here. Alright, so if he's in the cannon, card at right is down. Down, and at the simplest level, we're just gonna do. Hey, you want them to say hi, everybody?
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Daddy.
What's up,
That's
Seth?
not me.
Do you have the Samus helmet? I do.
I'm pretty sure I do. Yes.
Look, I'm wearing it. Because I don't have that.
My kids are all getting into well, they got 2DSs for Christmas, and they've been getting into what's the main things? The Find Me, you know, like all the Me Plaza stuff. Yeah, it's a Me
The
Plaza.
non-clamshell 2DSs.
Yeah, the 2DSs.
Yes, we know, honey. Go on. In case nobody knew what.
There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. That's how cannons work, right, honey?
Dancing.
Is that how cannons work?
That's how they dance.
Oh, you know what it
gosh,
is?
Brad, your body's missing.
Well, it's doing that because... Oh, no, not that again. It's like the animatronics where, like, they don't have a body under the whatever they're sitting behind. Yeah, so in Starling, all the rotation's done as a radian, and then in Flash, it's all done as a... what do you call it? Just a normal angle, I guess. Just an angle. So these are actually more like 0.2 or something. So it's closer to pi than the 360 degrees. I don't know why things are different. It's so weird. Yeah. Now it doesn't want to do anything. Oh, you know what? Is it? No, it is. I just don't have the... Wait, that's what I need to check. Make sure that it works with the controller. Well, Kenzo, go join the Discord. Yeah. You know what we can do? That is going to be how much the character wants to go left and right. That's going to be under 1. Oh man, the Jacksepticeye video was incredible. I was worried, 'cause there's definitely a lot of people playing, you know, the original games on YouTube. And then there's a few pretty cool plays of the console game. But, okay, why is none of this working? Oh yeah, that's me. Oh, okay. But man, it's just, I love watching people having fun with the game. And he was having a lot of fun. Like, you know, he's definitely a big streamer and is charismatic and fun to watch, and just seeing that with my own game. Yeah, it was really cool. And that's one of the great things about having a publisher, because they make sure that, you know, streamers and journalists and all see your game. And so I'm not sure what... I'm guessing Congregate just reached out with keys. All right, let's see. So that's kind of analog control there. There we go. Did you change the door opening to the up arrow? That was only for the console version. I don't think down was ever supposed to be. You can always slide into them and press up, I think is what I usually do. But that was just because we didn't have more buttons on the touchscreen. All right, so you, and then I usually put the control stuff where the player is, but we're kind of doing this. I know this is taking forever, but it's still a bit quick and dirty. I'll probably clean it up later. So now we gotta transfer that back to, which way? This way. Man, numbers are weird. I don't know how this works. I know one's bigger, one's smaller. Alright. Same thing. Get over there. Woo! Beautiful. And then, of course, nothing else. Alright, let's look at that original code and see. I might use the player's rotation first, so that it'll translate to the older code better. So we just do this. Erp. Alright, so what was the old code? Oh, it was in the player, right? Now I'm forgetting where stuff was. I'm trying to remember how I even navigated. I probably just Googled for it. Or, Googled. Oh, man. They own me now. Alright, old code. Is that it, really? That's really simple. Oh, Lord. Temp aim. What was the point of having a temporary aim? Oh, I think... That's interesting. So I just moved the aim and then eased the cannon to it. Okay. Oh, man. Once you start easing stuff, that's going to get a pain with anything that is moving. So the player animations run at 30 frames a second. And then everything moves at 60 frames a second. So this code runs at 30. But then the hit code over here runs at 60. So that's probably why things are a bit weird. I'm trying to think if I should do it over here or over there. Let's do this. Let's do it over here. Because then it's going to run at 30 and then we can sync them up better. And then this, we can just do that. Kick the mini game. I like the stand. I have to kick the, yeah, the little bit of breakout there. I actually made a multiplayer game based on that, where it's like, I don't know if I've played it on stream, maybe a little bit. There's two walls, and you have to knock the snail shell and get it through the wall, so it's kind of like a breakout / Pong. And then if you knock the other players into the wall, that'll break them too, but that doesn't count as a score. Alright, so let's see if this will look more like the other one. Right, so just minus equals plus equals 2. Why not? So we have 50 plus tags. Go for it. Challenge Discord. Make them earn their... Oh. Don't need that anymore. Make them earn their audience. Yeah, I just... You know, whatever I'm working on changes pretty drastically. And then... Oh, something went wrong there. That's beautiful. Place head. Why wouldn't that? Oh, because we're doing that. And right now we're kind of in between things, so I'm trying to get as much done with the World 2 remix as possible. And while working on that, that's something that I can freely talk about. So, you know, I love doing these streams and talking to you guys, and then sharing builds with the Patreons and all that fun stuff. All right, so you rotation, you. Not that. And then that should look right, except for the without the easing. We'll see how that goes. Am I ignoring you, Peppermint? Gotcha. I'm just trying to get some of this stuff done. Otherwise, I'll just talk to the chat the entire time. Alright, rotation. And I think it's trying to straighten him back because it's using that. So let's try the wall rot. Because that is going to change where he eases to. And if that works, then I might not even need to ease him separately. Or if it's going to yell at me about it being... Yeah, I don't know what it's trying to do. I have to see, because we're not tilting him. Yeah, variables are dumb. So I'm trying to think, what would even be the best way to rotate him? Let's see what this is doing. Does it think? I bet he is actually still on the ground. I have to kill that off. Oh man. So get in cannon. Probably don't even need to test this because I think that's what's going on. He's probably low enough to the ground, even though he's being set by the cannon. He's touching the ground, and so it's setting wall rot. So collisions. I mean, Face Space Man needs to be in Smash Brothers. I don't know how to make that happen. I mean, like, what, Shovel Knight, Sens, or whatever his name is. Look, Cuphead's in Smash, so there's no excuse to not have Face Space Man in Smash. Let's make that happen, guys. Somebody asked Sakurai what he thinks of Fancy Pants. The chat isn't laggy. It's supposed to be? What just happened? Oh no, it's trying to... Oh my god, it always does that. Always finds the wrong one somehow. Okay, the World 3 Remaster, that's... I'm not sure. I think it's different enough from the console game since it is more of a director's cut. And there's a lot more stuff in there, and I would like to see it with the newer physics instead of being all floaty and weird. Alright, what is that doing? Now I have no idea. Wall rot plus equals... Huh. Let's just try its rotation now, because I think I disconnected him from the physics. Hey, you have a ball. Hi, Brennan. What are you doing with the soccer ball looking thing? You see, kids love to tell you about things just completely out of context. They don't know what context is, and it's hilarious. Yeah, that kind of works. We'll do that for now. Give him a penalty, honey. Okay, equals rotation. That would be a much smaller number. Yeah, why is that not working? The helicopter, yeah. I don't know. I don't know about like the helicopter. We got the buzzsaw. The helicopter one, I mean, it's neat. Like, the idea of Fancy Pants is to just have a lot of goofy things that are never really used. With Super, I tried to clean things up a lot more. Oh, I got it. I know what's going on. It's not even touching the cannon anymore. I mean, it's, yeah. So, two things. Go ahead and set him equals 0, so that he stands up straight there, and then we're just gonna have him check the interacts so that he can interact with the camera again, or the cannon. Yeah, I've talked about the World 3 Remaster a few times. That's kind of a maybe. It just depends. Since there's already a console game, I'm more Like, I want to get to the next big Fantasy Pants game more so than I want to remaster World 3. So it's possible. I think it'd still be different. Don't jump because of slow motion. Huh. NPC, is that the... Which one is that? Super or the remake or... I'm just going to go around here. This is good. This is fine. So much of programming is just thinking about what could go wrong. That's all it is. Let me do this a bit simpler. See if... Math.abs. Hey, pay attention in math class, guys. Though math class never tells you what any of this, like how any of this stuff's useful. ABS absolute value. It's if it's negative or positive. It's greater than 30, I think it said on there. Can we play Uno? All right. Who wants to do a live stream of Uno, of Mario Uno, the best Uno? It's like Smash Brothers with cards.
No, it's not.
Shh. Wife's being contrarian. This is my stream. I'm right about everything.
Not bad. Maybe you should do it outside of this house.
Yeah. Families are to keep your ego in check.
Brendan, put that down.
Alright, and then that's going to set it to 1 times 30. Is he playing with a marker?
You didn't hear me yell, Brendan. Put
Oh,
that
yeah. I was like, is that a cat, a kid?
down. No, you
Breakable.
opened the marker.
Oh, he found a permanent marker.
Yeah.
Definitely. We need multiplayer for mobile. I might... So doing multiplayer LAN wouldn't be that difficult. I keep kind of... keep thinking... Alright, let me stay on track. Because it is over... It's very quick. You don't have to do any like lag compensation. You just have to make sure that the data comes through on the right frame. So you can wait like 2 frames, 3 frames, and then line them back up properly. Because I think sometimes it'll do like... Right, if you try... So you can do multiplayer either by sending the key presses, or the last thing I settled on was just sending the state of each character, but then everything else goes off sync, so the spiders and all will just do whatever they want. But you can say, hey, I'm on frame 3000. What frame are you on? Well, I'm on frame 3001, so I'll wait until you're on 3001. And then on frame 3001, these are the inputs that the player is supposed to have. All right, and then on frame 3002, these are what inputs I'm supposed to have, and they just share back and forth and make sure that those inputs happen on the correct frames. And then if you have latency, then you can rewind and fast forward the engine, which is the rollback, and that's what we used on the consoles, which is, I mean, there's not that many, especially when that came out, there was not like any platformer, 4-player platformers that are online, like New Super Mario Brothers. Wii wasn't online. All right, what else? So we're going to have to... I think I just have... I'm trying to think if I should use something. I probably just use the wall rot, because that shouldn't change. And then I'll do that here instead. And then... Because I like reusing variables. I'm just paranoid of memory leaks, probably. And you're just doing pretty simple... divided by 10. And someone once told me that multiplication's faster than division or I think I read that somewhere in AS3. I think it's probably not even worth it at all, but I just got into the habit of doing equals 1 minus rotation. And just instead of divided by 10, just times 0.1. If your game, do what you can. Well, thank you. Should I play World 3 on PC? It lags a lot. So the only builds that I think are going to play well on the computer is the standalone Air builds for the Patreons. If you're a Patreon, there's a Patreon exclusive section on my site, and they're the classic builds wrapped up in air. And for some reason, that's the only way that those play properly. There we go. I don't know why his hair's still going, though. Didn't we set it to 0? What's up with the hair, dude? Oh, he's probably... I'm gonna have to set his hair manually because it's gonna be stuck in the falling loop. And when he lands, it does the proper thing. So when he goes down, let's just say at frame 5, 6 to be safe. Then, you know what, again, I'm going to copy everything that I can because I always mess it up. I'll keep these, I like to keep these little things organized, right? It's the small things, it makes me feel nice and neat and organized here. Bookmark that, and then hair gel equals, which one looks right? Normal, that's a jump. It's something like that. What's the normal one? I'll probably have to look up the actual hair. 24, that's it. And then back to bookmark. I'm Dr. Nero CF on Discord. Just shoot me a DM or post a, say hey in Fanspan's channel. Alright. Let's see. Go down. Alright, yeah, so that fixes the hair at least. Alright. Getting somewhere. Right, just the simplest things take so long to do. You know, we can do much more easily. Let's put a keyframe here. And I don't know what it is, but I honestly really enjoy being able to animate and code in the same program. Like, I guess that's just super sloppy, but it works, it works. And there's really no point in doing this by hand, so... Classic tween. And I'm just going to keep that down there because we're going to have to hide it with the code instead. And then, where is the head? Oh, it's over here. It's the easiest way. Actually, no, they added a ease in and out, which is fantastic. So I don't have to stick a frame in the side here. I love hearing my oldest ask questions about Ocarina of Time. He's been playing it through on the 2DS, and it's cool that he's having like his own adventure, you know, and asking about things and figuring things out on his own. A pencil, a pen, a fancy ever paintbrush. I've tried to think of what I could do for a paintbrush. Like, that would have to be a heavy weapon, right? Like a big old, like, paint go everywhere. I don't know. I could. Kenzo, are you on... Did you join the Fancy Pants Discord? If you go to borngames.com, I have a link to the Discord. Like, an invite on Discord. What am I doing? Oh no, travesties are happening. I don't know if you guys can hear all the goofy stuff my kids are saying in the background. Tiago, I responded to that. That's the 4th time you've posted that. Are you a bot? Don't be a bot. Friends don't let friends be bots. How do you play that? The Battle Royale is just like April Fool's. There's the arena mode, and then on Super you can play 4-player remix, which is kind of what that is. One day we'll see what we can do. There we go. Man, that's slow. I guess it's a cannon though. Alright, and last time he jumped like 50 pixels? I believe it just was. Dog, you biting yourself. Don't do that. Let's do if jump is down. This will be simple and dirty. Jumper equals 50. Should be pass over jump and go to buffer equals jump. And it should be taking his rotation into account, which is the main thing that I want to check here. Oh, I admitted fancy battle royale is not real and nobody cares anymore. We're losing. Nobody's talking anymore. Oop, he gets stuck. Okay. Easy way around that. We're passing an EUD is greater than 0, so he's falling downward. Or at least greater than or equal 0, because it should be 0 after that. The house theme. Which one's the house theme? I can't, man. I blank on the music. It's been a while. There we go. Alright, and he probably just needs that float variable. Do I set that in here? Let's check. Which one? Yeah, fire. Where'd that 50 come from? Oh, man, I guess it's the cannon that does it. Yeah, I think we just go to play. It's so sloppy, right? We just go over to play, and then I just change the on enter frame. It's so easy to do, so that you don't get controls anymore. I don't know why I would do that. Like, why wouldn't I let you control that? Cannon barrel, and then once we get to here, there's a jump function, so it probably sets that manually. And then the smoke, and we'll see what smoke we have. I wonder if I should do a new smoke for that, because that was something different. I was annoyed the puzzle just because I had an idea. Well, I read them. I like ideas. It's harder for me to read things during Discord or during the live stream. So definitely discuss on Discord. And then what is it? Quick. I'm forgetting my own thing now. Quick drop, yeah. Alright, so that's when you let go of the button and it pulls him down even faster. You don't want him to do that. Like, he doesn't do that after springs, doesn't do that after stomping on things. Actually, he might after stomping on things, because you can quickly go from spider to spider. Almost. Kenzo, did you join the Bourne Games? Discord channel. Oh, you know what? It's because I'm letting go of the button too. So we're gonna have to keep him. I think I actually just freeze him. Alright, so Kenzo, post something in the Fancy Pants Adventures thread channel thing. There you go. Or even better, temp still, so he is only frozen while going upward, not downward. There you go. Thanks, AJ. Comics. There we go. That is kind of sort of a functional cannon. So the only thing that there's the two... Oop. How did you make music for Fancy Pants? So I've always had somebody else do the music. They should be on the... Oh no, different physics. It's changing how this works. Yeah, the music credits are on there. Hey, there's Kenzo in the Discord. Waves. I've found him. But I think we're gonna have to just make this a little bigger because the physics are different. Kenzo's found our secret Discord channel. Oh no. Hey, there we go. Ink's not working, but hey. And then of course you'd always... Super fun. Alright, and let's get some animation done here. We don't have that. This is gonna animate too quickly if I do it here. Don't have like a my object or something like that. What can I use? Warp door, inbox. Close enough. No, it's private. Why is it private? I'll be the outback then. I think there's like an outdoor also. This, yes, I responded to you in Discord. I see you. Don't worry. All right. So, what else are we gonna do? Outbox. Next frame. And how far does that go? Oh no, I can't. That's true, because it's not actually a movie clip. So, what do I need to do? How do I even want to do this? Only thing. Genzo found the Discord. We're all doomed. A yellow. Appreciate that. Hope you don't mind watching how the sausage is made here. They just kind of sitting here. Alright, so for the barrel, we want that to go up to here. So if it's less than 7. It says Starling object, also different. My barrel dot current frame plus plus. Current frames go back and forth instead of go to and stop. Music. Oh yeah, man. I love always starting on a new Fancy Pants because then I get to work with amazing musicians and get like. It's always fun to try to define what Fancy Pants sounds like, and like complement the gameplay with music. It's something I don't make music myself, so it's fun to always kind of dig into that. I mean, I love how much you guys care about the unreleased music tracks. That's so funny. Alright, did it? Was I not paying attention? Restart. Oh no, and it dies. We'll figure that out later. I'm not going to sit here and fix that while y'all are here. Yeah, I never asked Rob. Oh, no, it was one of his friends, I think. One of Over the Top's friends did music, and they just used it as placeholder. That's animation. Where do you find the FBA jump sound? Oh, man, it was just some, like, cartoony sound effect site. It just, the most stock-sounding, stock cartoon effects. And, being, like, so animation-focused, I always thought of Fancy Pants as, just sounding like a cartoon character. I need to get that bonk head sound effect back, because that was great. Alright, advance frame, and then we need a fire. And then, so that will continue playing. So really, if it doesn't equal 7, go ahead and stop on 7, and then current frame plus plus, even though, or we'll do equals 8. And then, so when you hit jump now, gonna make these wait and do box.fire. Will all the worlds be in one game? Maybe? I don't know. Butthouse took over FBA. Oh man, he's doing... I don't think Paul would care about that. I've talked with him. He did a lot of writing a few years back. I was talking to him about different ideas and stuff. We could, if we wanted to do a game together with more narrative and all that. Hey, it's canon. The canon is canoning. Beautiful. Man, all the things at the... See, instead of just saying, like, hey, you canon, I gotta put all these stupid functions in, do all these dumb things. Public function... Okay, well, I guess actually... No, I should do this. Well, yeah, I guess if it's... Yeah, I don't need that. Frame was less than 8. Make it 8. And then how are we going to make the player? I mean, I could just do it all from there. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think we can just do it from here. If I think of something better, I'll change it later. But for now... Alright, so we're doing that, and then if... equals... And what was it? Anybody remember? No. I guess he launched. Well, he went... Did he move with it? He animated too, I guess. And then he shot up here. So what is this code? No, that's just the explosion. So yeah, I guess, yeah, he starts shooting up there. So 29. You can see how, like, frame data, all my like, everything in the game is based so heavily on animation frames. Just how I do games, I guess. I don't know if it's a good idea or a bad idea, but there you go. So hopefully these are all public. I'm pretty sure they are. So we can see them from here. Man, variable scope is a fun thing to learn when you're getting used to programming. I call him Inky Pants Man, but I don't think he has an official name. It's been Inky Pants or Andy Pants or Dark Pants Man or any of those. On which platforms are you planning to launch? It's probably going to be iOS, Android, and itch.io, just like the World 1 Remaster. Alright, so this thing's going to need its own on-enter frame also. We could just do that over here. So that's enter, right, it's right here. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna do if. Yeah, we'll do it the other way. So if it's less than 7, and then if my barrel dot current frame is greater than 7, then just it'll do it itself. And then I'll have to, of course, make it stop at the end there. And what was it? What was the last frame? 45. Alright. And then if it is greater than 7, so it's doing that, we're not gonna, it's gonna have to settle back into at the end. I think it was only you, Kenzo. I don't get too many super chats. I don't know, maybe everything's really boring. Who knows? Alright, do we have a fire button anymore? We do not. It's greater than. Are we not? Oh, it's less than. Yeah, less than 8. It should be 7, right? Let's see, make sure we're getting this. Nocturnal, what's up with you? Just fixing dumb bugs. Well, first, step 1, make bugs. Step 2, fix bugs. It is an unending process. 8, so we're at 8. Oh, we probably need to add that to the... There is a... Here we go, frame. You have an array just for things that have enter frames. It works a little different between the Starling objects and that, and biggest pain is just everything working slightly differently depending if it's the Starling stuff or the built-in stuff. Alright, let's try that. Kenzo, I'm not gonna do it while I'm streaming. I'll talk to you after the stream. There we go. So we're gonna need to animate Fancy Pants Man too. Right? I think so. Just gonna have to make sure that the player knows that it is animating correctly. You know, you can always yell at me on Discord, so I'm not gonna forget. Alright. Does that, and then we start looping him. And then so if we fire properly, if this works, because it's not after, then the player, where is he gonna be? Can go to fire, which is 125. Alright, let's see. First stream tuning in. Oh, nice to have you there, Ollie. Thanks for years. Grapple's too much fun. I know, man. I need to make something else with Cutie Pants, because she's a blast to play with. Come with the ice cream guy. I don't know. I drew a pirate. I don't know. I wanted something a bit like less cartoony than the other ones. Maybe I'll cosplay as Ice Cream Pirate Guy one day. That'd be great. Alright, let's see. So we had frames there. Where does it go? He disappears? Wait, really? Did I lose frames? I have to be missing something, right? Oh, okay, and then this ends up just being... Why does... okay, I guess I deleted that earlier. Alright, I'll line that head up later too. Does anybody recognize you in public? No, I've had a few people who know of the games, but I haven't had anyone... I mean, unless like they know my family and you know they know about the games. My parents like to brag, which is pretty funny. I guess that's what parents do. Like, you can Google my son. He's on the Google. Like, yep, Dad, that's if that's what you consider a success, then there you go. There we go. That's kind of, I mean, that's like the rough, you know, it's working like a cannon. I might mess with his head a little bit just so it doesn't look so weird. And then we got to give it the good old child test to see what they say about it. And then that's a stream. I'll get these right after the stream. I'll get them up on the Patreon so that all of our patrons can check that out right away, as we do. This is funny. I had to have so many different keyframes because I don't think there was like a custom tween back then, or I refused to use it or something dumb like that. I don't know. But I should be able to line it up pretty wide. Does it keep moving? We'll have to line the head up a bit better later. But there might be... Might be able to ease. It's like a really crazy one. Let's see if any of those line up. No. And make me build one. I don't know. Super. It's very, very easy. I don't need that actually. And all the way like that. Easing things is fun. Let's see. Oh, kids in headphones, that is fun. And you think they're loud when they can hear themselves. I think let's try that. That is the most I can make that. I might have to do it by hand anyway. Here, Jen, I'll probably have him play this in a minute. They don't have to go outside. And then we'll be done. And then they can scream and scream in Daddy's ear while he tries to work. Because that's how we roll in this house. Man, when will World 5 come out? I have no idea. Look, I'm always, behind the scenes, I'm always pushing to get things going forward. And it's all about, you know, having the funding, having the time, the people helping. And working, like, I want to make it a much bigger game than in Super. I think with Super I proved I could do most of that by myself. With the next game, it needs to be much, much bigger. Did that not head? That is head. I thought I put it in. I did. What you call Super World 4? I mean, it's just about branding. It's way bigger than like World 1 or World 2. And then World 3 wasn't called World 3 on console. So I think I keep the world branding for like the free version. So I don't know if like a demo of Super comes out or like part of Super, like an abridged version, then that would be World 4. There we go. Alright, that's kind of a cannon. Let's see if that lines up at all. What? That's not even close. Is that really how it was? I'm really confused because that's what this did. Huh. Oh wait, no, this... I pushed that tween too much, and I've gone too far. Oh, just a little bit. Wish I could get that more like real time. That would be nice. I was just making a bunch of new custom eases. Well, that's fun. Okay, I thought it was going to be a huge ease at the beginning, but that's actually not too bad. Still too much. Crazy. I guess because it's fairly linear and then tapers off there. Good enough for now. We need multiplayer, man. I know. You know how much I would love if I could just get on stream and fight people in like a structured multiplayer way without having to use Parsec or anything. It'd be so fun. We'll see. I mean, multiplayer is way more expensive to do than a normal game. Like it's many times more. Why am I replying to Discord? I don't know. Discord's fun. Just, you know, join our Discord. Come say hi. Maybe I'll talk to you during the live streams. There we go. That's kind of a cannon, guys. Just need sound effects. Need to hide the head. at that point. That actually isn't too difficult to do. Let's see. What frames would we not have a head in? Because, you know, if I don't, all my kids are going to go, it's there, I see it. So if it's greater than 4 or less than 29. Let's see. Greater than 4, less than 29. Remember that. Let's see. Do head dot visible equals would be true, less than 29, yeah, greater than 28, and then yeah, greater than 4, or less than 5 would be right. Okay, let's see. Meet the scout. Why are people talking in the Discord? I guess they don't like live streams. We're gonna zoom the angry rabbit's face for us in this video. Sure, why not? We'll use the old canon sound. No, I'll probably use a new sound. It's that old one. I'd have to check the bit rate of it. It might be terrible. Alright, let's see. Oh wait, no, I wanted the... Oh, poor canon. There we go, that kind of works. Soup. Shoop. Beautiful. And get up there. Doof. You know what I could do? That would be here. Or is that later? Actually, when would that be? I don't know, I'll try it. Oh, that's because when I hit it. See, try TeamViewer. Isn't it slow? The point of Parsec is it's extremely low latency. Like I usually use Jump Desktop because I have a Mac client and it works well, but it's not that like crazy low latency. If I were to drag anything return, it needs to. And then let's see. I don't think I can even really hear it. It's like way down. Let's see. There we go. Good enough. Programming language, it's just ActionScript 3. So it's, you know, Adobe. It's Adobe Animate, you know, what used to be, what was called Flash before. Let's see. Yeah, what am I doing? Ah, okay, I don't know what I'm pressing. I'm just pressing buttons. That's the old head in there too. Figure that out later. All right, should we give it the child test? Can World 1 be free today? Yes, let me make sure that you get it for free. Like, if there is a way to run ads on PC, I could definitely do that. But why did I create Fancy Pants? You know, I started working on Fancy Pants. It was right before New Super Mario Brothers on the DS came out. And there had not been really new platformers for a while. With the PlayStation and N64, both companies were doing this like no 2D games thing. And that lasted for a while because people were pushing 3D graphics. And then obviously there was an indie resurgence. And then, you know, stuff like Ori and the Blind Forest and Rayman that have like, you know, AA, AAA-ish platformers nowadays. And of course, Nintendo went completely back in with Tropical Freeze and the new Donkey Kong, but back then there just weren't that many platformers being made. So I decided to make one. That's really just. That works. All right. Hey Jenna, send me a child.
Brendan.
All right, let's see which kid has been good. Oh no, I need to remember not to reset the level. I think they're all playing Mario Kart, so this is gonna be fun trying to get them away from that. Oh no, first one timed out.
He was the first one this level, yes.
Nathan.
Yeah, so here he comes. Go see Dad. Go see Dad. We'll go see Daddy. I'll say, go.
It's on the App Store. Yeah, no, on mobile. I'm not too worried about the computer version being free, since just grab the mobile version for free. All right, Nathan, you want to tell them who you are again? Hey, come say hi to stream. Into the mic, over here.
Hi.
Step up, we're a little far away. There we go.
Hi. My name is Nathan.
Alright, so Nathan, we were working on the cannon on stream, so we're gonna see what you think about it. And kind of the snail, maybe. I think I did that before the stream mode. There we go. It works. Oh, it didn't. It's interesting.
Good.
There you go. That's the proper way to get the snail shell up there. When are you gonna spawn 99999 angry rabbits?
How about that door up there?
Look,
That
well,
challenge door.
it doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, I'll do. I'm sure I'll find a way to bug out the angry rabbits somehow once I add them as like a new. I need to translate the code all.
You could actually move.
Into the spider. What do you think of the cannon? Is that cool? Turn a lighter color. I'll change the color on the snail itself. When I had the snail shell by itself, I started thinking it just looked too dark. But I guess it was that color because the snail was lighter, like the body of the snail. So I don't know. I'll have to see. That's just the color of the snail shell and super.
Wait, one spider has a cow hanging from a balloon. Look how funny.
Oh, the Ninja Cow reference. Oh yeah, I unblurred everything so you guys can see the backgrounds now.
Look at that cow.
That's the Ninja Cow.
He's confused.
Yes, Ninja Cow was always very confused. Yeah, I just noticed that the
Hey,
shell.
look, it's a spider hanging.
The shell doesn't. That shouldn't be hard to change.
You need to make a scene where you see the spider fall.
That more better. I can animate things in the background now. I couldn't do that in the original engine. So maybe we'll put a few. Yeah, there's so many goofy things in the bag. I don't know, guys. You think I should animate them?
I don't know.
That'd be kind of cool.
And I'm starting the whole level over.
Ninja. Has any of y'all been around since the early Congress days to even remember who Ninja
Oh,
Cow
there's
is?
the snail shell.
That was before we were married. I wonder what happened to that guy. There you go. There's supposed to be a door there too. I completely forgot that there was 2 doors in here. You really haven't shot yourself into the wall yet? There you go. Do you think, Nathan, if you shoot yourself into a wall, should you bounce off of the wall if you're going that fast?
Yeah, that's cool.
I think that should probably be that. Pencil combo from Flash. Not... Well, which one? What pencil combo?
Or maybe... Look,
That's a wall
jump. I jumped. What is that?
What?
Oh.
It's just a hanging thing. Like we do. We have hanging things in the future.
What is supposed to be up here?
I think that's just more of 5 count squiggles. So I need to make 5 count squiggles because I don't have them anymore. Jenna, is Brendan ready, or is he just playing Mario Kart? You like the cannon? Is that cool?
Can I glitch the game?
Maybe try and break it and get up there. You probably could, I bet. Yeah.
Glitch.
I think you actually jump a little bit lower
I
in
glitched.
World 2. I don't know if I'm gonna change that though.
That's how you could speed run it. You need to make a speed run of me doing this, and then I just do
Brendan,
that.
where? He just
Like
gave
I'm
me his
glitching
2DS and then left.
This is me speed running the game without the shell.
Oh man, Newt's gonna be proud.
Oh, this is easy. Oh, this is easy.
And then,
I know how to do it.
Jenna, Nathan's finding speedrunning strats. You wanna see?
And
Jenna, you'd be so proud. Come see. Yeah, why? No,
Aw.
you broke it. Show your mother. Show your mother. She'll be proud of you.
and I
You broke it.
see, I glitch. I speed run it.
Speedrun it.
Speed
Is that what they
run.
call it?
Nathan needs a Twitch stream chat thing.
Speedrunted?
Speedrun it.
We need to do a speed run with all, and I'm doing like the whole game.
You're gonna speedrun the whole game? How fast do you think you can beat? How fast? How fast can you beat?
I'll try. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
I want to do that right now.
Well, there's no more to the game. This is only level ported over. Alright, let Brendan try.
It's your turn.
Alright, since I can't just reset things, let's kill it and respawn it. Alright, say hi, Brendan.
Fancy pants.
Okay, that's almost high. Good job. Close. You killed a bird. What about that snail? Have you seen the snails lately? Those are kind of new.
No.
Vicious snail. Vicious. There you go. Oh, right in the face. What's that?
Oh, I want to do it again. That's so
Ready? Aim.
I glitched again.
You didn't. I just need to have a fan.
No.
It's not fair that PC players have to play. So, alright. The Epic Central. Let me... How do you... How is it that you have no money, and then later on you have money? What do you do in between those two? And then you buy things. Right? That's what we do. We get money. We need to buy things. We need to feed our children, buy them clothes, things like that. What do you do for money? I need to put something there.
Oh, yay, I glitched again.
You didn't, what? How'd you glitch it?
I used the cannon alright to go here.
I think that's what the cannon's for, Brendan.
Yeah.
God, my kids are so used to my games, they just think everything's a glitch now. What does that say about me? Oh god.
Those guys are new.
Alright, Fiery Cap, are you saying that I should get another job so that I can make games for you for free? I mean, is that actually what you're telling me? I promise you I would not have time to make games if I was waiting tables. Terry, that's not an achievement. I've seen that happen on streams. It happens quite a bit. If the game was tile-based and everything was like really locked down, it would, nothing would ever glitch out. But you can like hit doors and all these things at any angle possible, and you can, especially with like the multiplayer code in there, that you have to, everything has to be like really open.
Yeah.
coding mode. Well, we had a whole hour. How long is from now? Started from 2 hours ago. We have a 2-hour stream about how much of a pain in the butt adding a cannon is. It's not easy.
Hey, look what I just did.
I could use Game Maker, but then it'd be a pixel game with, you know, it would be a different game. Kill the bird. Preference of the stream. We need. I need to hide the birds in somewhere in chat. Let's say it was a bug that there were no birds. Oh no, it's gonna bug out. I don't know what it's doing, but I'm not gonna fix that on stream because that'd be really boring.
I like to be. I like to be red pants now.
Oh, red pants. That's completely different. Now we're red pants. Is that your angry pants? Ooh, that poor bird. In stream unlock, you killed fans. Yeah.
No, you do.
I'm pretty sure one of my kids was just like running Fan Space Man into a spider over and over, and then laughing because they thought it was so great they were just killing Fan Space Man. Like, yeah, well. Yeah, 20. Man, I spend a lot of time on games. Let's just put it that way. It's probably more than I should be.
Yeah.
Especially when you're like, in a way, it's my hobby and my job. And so there's things that need to be done, right? The bug fixing and putting new content in. And there's the stuff that I like to just spend more time on, like updating the animations. Like I did the combat animations for Super, I think 3 times over. Before I thought, like, I really liked how they looked. So, you know, late at night, I'd just be sitting there, you know, redoing a swipe because I didn't think it felt strong enough. I feel like I could have shipped it without that, but that's kind of more the part that I like, too. Animating, making things look better than they did before. And I have to play the game myself, so if I keep seeing the combat over and over again, and I don't really like how it looks, and it just kind of makes me angry.
No.
Don't. Okay, last time you jumped with my controller this much, you broke my cable. So do not jump. I'm glad you're excited. Get a wireless controller though. What are you trying to do? Trying to sneak up on him?
No, I was trying to get him to the golf hole.
Oh, you gotta run into the harder than that. Okay, stop. I'm gonna hold his head down here. There we go. That would be cool if I animated the background this time. Probably save a lot of memory too, because right now it's just one big image.
Yay!
Alright, you did it. I'm getting hungry. I think it's dinner time.
Door.
Oh no!
Can I get all the squiggles?
I better hurry up. No, Epic Central. World 1 Remaster for PC. Not PC. Again.
Oh, could I get this from to the golf?
Making video games is my job. That's what I do. That's how I'm able to get games made. I mean, like, if you went to the store and you're like, yeah, but can I have this for free? I mean, no sane person would do that. I don't know, something about video games. My wife's gonna start getting mad at you because she needs to feed our kids. Like, she'll get really mad because my kids get really hungry.
Do you know how much cheese these kids consume?
Oh, that was me, sorry.
How often they eat their
Too much. Yeah, you guys are right. Alright, just, you know, developers are people too. Games don't just materialize out of thin air. Like, just because you got a bunch of people playing Dreams and Mario Maker. Okay, Sneezy McSneezes.
What is happening?
See, my kids are sick. It's Tiny Tim over here. He needs his medicine. No, he's just boogery.
Allergies.
you know, as many people as there are like making levels in Mario Maker and making stuff in Dreams, like there's still professional game developers. What are you doing? You trying to dance? What are you? Oh no.
I don't know.
I think Jenny, I think he knows.
He's racing a spider.
I think you need to go. I think you need to go on the golf hole. Alright, who made the ink come up?
No, you
My
spider have to go.
This is my mouse. He is my pet mouse. Ow, he's not a nice pet. Hey, what are you doing up? Hey, give him back. Get that out. No!
You can't get your pet.
Okay, you're jumping again. We're gonna break all my controllers. Like, I want your hands. Put your hands on the table, right there.
You
Okay.
can't get
Right
your
there.
pet. You can't get your pet.
I'm not gonna be able to get my controller if you keep this up either.
No, you don't. I'm going for you there.
There, get in there. Yes. I win. Alright, and with that, I think we'll call this stream a good, done, wonderful stream. Before we sack this game, I think that's as close as you can get. Alright, guys. I'm gonna go eat some dinner. Gotta feed my kids, so keep buying my games so they don't starve. That'd be very sad. The government looks down on that sort of thing. Alright, guys. Where are you going?
I'm going up here.
Why?
I'm gonna win.
Or look, I'll be like homeless pants man down there, sleeping in a golf hole. Wouldn't that be terrible?
I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat you.
Alright, say bye-bye to everybody, okay?
Goodbye. No.
Oh, okay, I know Seth was waiting. Yeah, send Seth over.
I'm
One more.
going to beat
I forgot how many kids I have.
I
thought he was busy with Zelda.
No, he was waiting. He jumped up twice.
Alright. Okay, let's Seth check.
Okay. Wait, is that really a cow? A spider and a cow?
Yeah, let me restart. Alright, one more time. Oh, they were street passing.
Street passing.
Alright. Alright, get out. Play that guitar.
No, he's not telling me not to play.
We're gonna get copyright struck.
He's telling me not to play.
Can you make a crossover of Triers or somebody shoot them an email? So get the Fancy Pants Man in there. Hey, I'm fine with the Fancy Pants Man being in pretty much anything. Just shoot an email. Kill the bird, it's evil. They are. They're so evil. Except for the little mom drag bird thing over there in the tree. Just caring for her babies.
Where?
There, you gotta go up. Into the wall, of course. Yep. That's my kids.
Aw, that's cute.
Kind of. Oh, see, I kind of want to redraw that. It looks kind of terrible. I'll probably redraw all the backgrounds. I like the scribbly tree leaves. I don't think I've done that anywhere else. I kind of forgot about it. Huh.
Why does he put his thumb up?
Because he says ready. And then you go ready, aim, into the wall.
Ready, aim, in a wall.
And then wall death.
I had no idea you could do it.
Homeless pants man. Yeah, well, homeless people like have dogs. And I'm pretty sure most of them have pants. Maybe.
Wait, can you make Fancy Pants have a doggy?
Not anytime soon. Hey Kenzo, the stream's not over. It's not over yet.
Why does that keep happening? What?
What are you trying to do?
Crash into a wall.
I'm not surprised.
Oh, you can avoid it. I didn't know.
Yeah, well, you're supposed to have to jump in, but I gotta fix that. A dog is also an ice cream cone. That could, and like, I feel like you already know if the dog's gonna die at the end if he's made of ice cream cone. Like, that's not gonna last the whole movie. Scribbles. Eh. Is that a different language? That's funny.
I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I usually let my kids test like everything as I'm making it. I've done a few streams with multiplayer. I'm glad you guys watching that, because they will definitely sit here and play Fancy Pants forever.
And never stop.
That's what forever means. When do we say Angry Penguin versus Angry Rabbit? Somebody needs some fan fiction of that. I will animate your fan fiction.
I did it! I glitched it. Ready, aim, fire!
Ready, aim, water.
Ready,
Aim, earth.
fire! Where did the hell go?
Squiggles. Scribble sounds more like a dog name than Squiggles, though. I'll give you that. We definitely, I think I need to do, I know we've had live streams of us doing like basketball and in the arena and all that, but I feel like we always end up really like unstructured, so I need to do one where we like keep score, plan out what we're gonna do, and have like a fancy competition thing with all the kids. I think that'd be fun. Or just if people want to like see what multiplayer looks like in Super, and all be in one stream. The Angry Penguin and Angry Rabbit combined to the Ragwin.
That's good. So is it now a penguin that steals ice cream?
Boing effect. I was talking about that earlier. I found some random spring sound. If you like search for cartoony spring stocks SFX, something like that. I'd have to. Oh, you know what? In the original World 1, I think the website that I got all the sound effects from, I think that's in there. You can see if it's still there. It's just under like cartoony or something. Cutie having a spin-off. I'd love to do a spin-off of Cutie. I don't know what the next big game's gonna be. Yeah. But I don't know. Faceman's already had a bunch of games. I feel like having her. Either she's gonna get her own section in the next big game, or it'd be cool if she had like just a side story, like what's going on with her after Super, you know? Yeah, she needs a big game. I agree.
Yeah, she does. She's too lonely. Fancy Bench is always.
Yeah, it would be really. It would be cool to have like team up moves, and like I said, you can only get if you both work together. Like she could get someplace with Grapple Cat, and then hit a button, or Fancy Man could jump somewhere, and then like lower a platform, change something.
Get on the back.
Who would win, Spider or Snail? Well, if the Snail's in the shell, Spider is gonna be dead. And Spider is okay. Does the Spider have it? And it's super dead. All right, you ready for some dinner, Sal? Are you hungry? I'm pretty hungry.
Goodbye.
All right, he's going back to Zelda. He don't care. I'm impressed that he my kid took a break from playing Zelda, play my game. Facebook. I think of him as a teen. He's not too old, not too young. But try not to think about it too hard. I think. Yeah, I think one of either the cannon barrel or base like isn't being cleaned out properly. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's something dumb. Where is it? Detached pool, Starling smoke from. It's clear all. Yeah, I think it's just being stuck in there and then it messes up. So usually when I control the smoke value, the clips from something else like the cannon, I overwrite the clean function and then I wipe them manually. So we'll see. Maybe that'll fix it. Maybe it's something else weird, but I don't know. I don't know why it wouldn't be able to detach. Maybe it thinks it's in somewhere that it's not. Yeah, team up. Twin Sanity. I haven't played Twin Sanity. Is that where you like ride? No, that's the mutant one. I don't know. I haven't played any of the crashes after Warped. It's so OP in speedrun. I know, man. I love watching speedruns of the game until they break. Then I cry when they break live ones on like something important, and it kills me. But yeah, just like watching somebody else have such a mastery of like how I've made the game, and they understand it, but then at the same time they're trying things that I didn't even think of, and pushing the engine in ways that I hadn't planned for. It's a level of creativity in Fancy Pants that I don't see very often, because for the most part I think I know it more than like anyone else does. All right, so that's it. 23, not bad for like literally we're fixing bugs and implementing code. I'm amazed that we had more than 3 people watching. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna get some dinner. I'll fix some bugs. Once I get the reset fixed, I will upload the Patreon. So if you want to play what I'm working on now, if you are a patron, if you are a Pantreon, a Pantalones, check bournegames.com. There's the tab on there for the Patreon exclusives. And I'll probably make a post on Patreon so that everybody can catch up on what's going on. And I will see you guys around. Yes, Kenzo, I will see you on Discord. I will see you all on Discord.